No, bro, the Elysium Club is cool. It's just every time they talk about it, it gets better and better as they're talking about it, and I'm just like, fuck, what? This should be bigger if it's this good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. How's the Celsius sponsorship coming along?
I don't know. I talked to some people who have connections in LA with the people at Celsius, and I'm hopefully getting a package sent out soon. And then I'm not sure where it goes from there. They're really, really picky about who they sign. Like they're really only looking at fitness people. So I'm like,
Okay.
fuck. So I filmed a couple like gym stuff, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I go to the gym again. Like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I'm trying to do that kind of stuff again.
Nice.
And then Bryce is in the chat. Fuck yeah. Bryce, we'll get Bryce on one
Bryce?
of these times.
We need to get him on. We'll get him on. It's long overdue.
Only the Coinbase NFT has the audacity to drop on 420. That's fucking funny. I love that. Hell yeah, like and subscribe for this Doge. Yeah. So I guess we have been live for about a minute. So what's up, everybody who's in here live right now? Thank you. If you're not watching this live, what the fuck are you doing? We have a really exciting fucking. I don't even know what I'm saying. We have a really exciting episode today. We got NFTZerk on the channel. We have Tom Youngs on the channel. We're getting into a lot of things. Coinbase dropped. We had fucking Zuck Bucks and trying to charge 47%. We have I don't know. We have 420. We have Elon Musk on Twitter trying to buy it. We have Moonbirds dropping and trying to destroy the NFT marketplace, but ended up doing the opposite. A lot of cool stuff's been happening. A lot of positive sentiment right after the initial little bit of like FUD and stuff. We have Starbucks, ESPN, and Tom Brady, and then we're gonna talk about Johnny Depp at some point in here. But it's gonna be a fucking exciting episode.
Cannot wait for the Johnny Depp talk. I'm a big fan. Pirates of the Caribbean #1 movie.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, so if you guys haven't already, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the kingdom. I have everyone's stuff in the description below. We're going to hit that graphic right now.
There you go.
And for people who don't already, you should. But here's NFTZerk's Twitter page. A sick fucking mutant. I'm not sure what this is. I guess is this you? Is this your project?
No, this is a project I'm working on at the moment. Well, with and it's launching on Saturday. So little plug there. Little
shit.
Yeah. It's a nice little education platform there for anyone who's new in the space. And I'm sure we can sort out Summit Club and Cade some spots for that too. So.
Oh shit. The Summit Club is on fire. This is your YouTube channel as well. You're posting a lot of fire content, pretty consistent. Fucking sick thumbnails too. Like I feel like all three of us have figured out the thumbnail game. We've all got good stuff. We've all got good thumbnails.
That's it. I tried getting someone to make them for me, but then I realized that there's only so much I can make someone edit my face when I'm like,
right.
It's kind of
it's just not that hard. Like once you figure it out, you're like, all right, it's pretty much copy and paste at this point. And then we got Tom. We got his page. You've been growing pretty rapidly, Tom, on Twitter, bro. What's your secret? I need some help. Your YouTube and your Twitter has been growing quick. I've been noticing.
So Twitter, absolutely no secret. That is just giveaways. That's like it's just the game that we're in. But there is like letting Cade down there. Like I mean, I'm posting fucking regularly and consistently. Which like we're all doing, but the reality is the people that like grow fastest on it's no secret, it's just fucking giveaways.
True.
Whether or not like me and Zerk spoke about this yesterday, we were like whether or not that's like a good long-term play. I'm honestly not even thinking about it long term at the moment. It's just I'm using it as a tool to open doors, and I'm cool being transparent about that. And the YouTube, however, I will take full fucking credit for. I've been putting some serious effort into strategically doing.
You had a couple of videos do really, really well recently in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I've noticed the last couple of weeks, I've made a much bigger effort on like the quality of my videos and also what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take credit for that one. Twitter, not so much.
Yo, all right. So before we get into this episode about stuff, I guess since we have 3 YouTubers on, if we want to drop some help on people who want to be YouTuber, I know a lot of people. That's the goal for most people. I feel like a lot of people want to be YouTubers. What's the secret? How'd you do it? How'd you go full time? So are you full time?
Oh, I'm full time. Yes, I'm full time NFTs. I mean, YouTube kind of fell off for me a little bit recently, just because I'm in the transition of like moving house. You can see I'm like I'm full DJing right now. I'm 27 years old because the house is getting refurbed. Like cats and wine, this is a classic English mother's and I mean, best piece of advice I can give for anyone looking to start in YouTube: obviously it opens a ton of doors, so it's definitely worth doing. But yeah, just like get started. Don't give a fuck about what. Can I swear on this stream?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like
fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like don't care about like the quality of the content as much. Just start learning and like getting in the rhythm of posting it and hearing your own voice. Like it's a big barrier you've got to overcome when you first get started. It's like editing yourself and listening to yourself. And a lot of time people will be like, man, I sound fucking boring. I know I did, and I still would do, right? But it's just one of those things you get over. Like, we got Sean A in the chat. He's one of my mods. He's just started a YouTube channel, and like this guy's killing it. Yeah, he's done exactly that. So
let's go. What about you, Tom? You got any alpha on how to be an NFT YouTuber, bro?
You know it, Cade, right? Like exactly what Zerk said. You just got to start, and you've got to be consistent when you start, and not give a fuck about stuff. We spoke about this weeks ago. It's like the skill stacking of YouTube is first just getting in front of a camera and just being in front of a camera, getting used to speaking in front of a camera, and then doing rough edits, rough edits, getting it on there, and then just posting. Ideally every day, like you want to just get into the rhythm of it. And then you stack skills on top of it. And the next thing is then audio. It's like, okay, how do I incrementally improve my audio? Then the next is like, how do I incrementally improve my edits? And it's like every single video, just try and get like 5% better. And then that will compound super fast. And all of a sudden in a few months time, you'll be ready to rock. The one big thing I recommend is you sticking to the rule of 100. So if this is like a life rule that I have, stick to something. And if there's like deliverables of something and you can do it 100 reps of it, do it 100 times. Don't expect any results until you've done 100 videos. I'm on like, I think I'm on like 75 or 80 videos at the moment. And Cade's done fucking, I think hundreds at this stage. You've just got to do volume, and it just takes time. Be patient, but stick to the rule of 100 with anything you do, and see that'll help you like not quit early.
Yeah, that's facts. I think posting a shit ton of stuff. I think I had done a podcast with Sydney Espo on their new podcast sponsored by SoulSuit, which is fucking wild. But they said the same thing. They were, I think you said you can't even think about judging yourself until you've made 50 solid videos. And then you can look back, because even at number 1 of those professional looking videos, you're gonna be like, oh, this is good. And then at number 50, you look back, you're like, damn, that was shit. That was shit back then. And like, for me, I'll look at videos. Like I remember my hate beast video. That's my first one that like popped off hard. And I was like, holy shit, got thousands of views. And I look at it now, I'm like, what the fuck is that camera angle? I'm like, what was this happening back here? And I remember when I filmed it, I was like, yo, this is dope. So this is how it is, man. That's how it is.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, 100%. So anyways, guys, if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like the video for us. We're going to get into it right now. We got all the topics. We're going to talk about the things. We're going to drop some alpha on the beta of Coinbase NFT. Here's their Twitter page, by the way. They just launched. And we're just going to get into it. I was able to get on the waitlist super early. I think I found out like in the first hour when they dropped this like invite link thing. And so I got in super early for this. And so this is kind of what it looks like. It's all right.
Not bad.
I mean, it's good. I mean, yeah. I think I put it on Twitter. I said 7 out of 10. It's all right. It's not anything like revolutionary. I don't think it was supposed to be, but they're looking, I think, to make like a social media, which I hate because I connected like one of my burners to it. And when I go to my profile, like the first thing that pops up is like zombie toads with like a fucking 0.01 floor. And it's like, fuck.
So, Cade's biggest collection, his highest ranking NFT. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I wonder how they're gonna stack it. I don't know why Coinbase's beta has been super slow. I think it's because a lot of people on it right now. But like all day, it's been freezing my whole computer. So sorry everyone who thought they're gonna get a full walkthrough on Coinbase NFT Marketplace, because it literally is breaking my computer every time I do it. So that's the reason I didn't give more than a 7. I would have given like an 8.5 out of 10. But it sucks. Like, it's literally not working. So that's why I put 7 out of 10. Like, if you look at my mouse, it's actually frozen the entire screen right now. So that's fantastic. So as soon as possible, I'm like, this.
I'm not impressed. I mean, I'm fucking gonna call them. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? How? So this was supposed to launch last year, like April last year. This was supposed to launch, and these motherfuckers who you I obviously don't need to tell you how much money these guys Coinbase brings in, and they put together some janky beta version of a marketplace, which looks like
Wait, you
looks
see
like
this?
any
Page
one of us
unresponsive?
could have.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
it is weird. I get it. I mean, I've got the beta pass as well. I was kind of shilling this early too, but
Yeah.
I couldn't even connect my wallet. It wouldn't even load up. It wouldn't even let me do it. It was
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, I'm literally trying just to get back to the stream, and it's literally frozen my whole screen. Okay, here we go. I'm back.
Wow.
Wow, that fucked me up. I hope the internet, I hope it didn't screw up the stream or something. That literally just shut down my whole thing. So all right, yeah. So let's back up. Let's just talk about it. What do y'all think? Zerk, or also Zerk, do you go by Zerk? Is that what people call you on the street?
Oh,
is that your street name?
I walk down the road, and everyone's like, "Zerky boy," and I'm like, "Hello."
I watch your YouTube videos.
Yeah. No, it's Liam. It's Liam. So yeah, you can call me Liam.
Wait, no, but we do call you Zerk. Zerk, what is it? Where's it come from? Where does it come from?
So World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm aware of it. Yeah.
I used to be an orc/human warrior in that game, and my name was it carried forward. My girlfriend's like, "Why are you called Zerk?" I'm like, you don't really need to know. It's just one of those things, we just went to talk.
That's funny. That's funny.
It kind of it's developed into this sort of demon brand now, which I kind of like. Berserker sort of brand is kind of cool, but yeah, it's
a cool word. It's a cool word. Anything Z is a cool word.
Zerk.
Yeah, Zerk fam. It's good, honestly, for brand building in general. I think I record a video that I'm editing right now. I got high last night, so I kind of forgot what I was doing. But I was gonna say, so you have Zerk, which is a brand that's not exactly your name. It's also generic. Zerk could be the name of a gym. Zerk could be the name of a restaurant. The Summit Club could be the name of whatever, and it's not Tom Club or something like that. That's why I didn't make it the Bergman Kingdom. That just would have been so lame. It's it closes you into this box, and there's no reason to do that. So that's cool that you have that. And the Summit Club is also a sick name. Also, Tom, your new sound on your intro, it reminds me a little bit of Egyptian, and it is so fucking good, dude. I love it,
dude. I get quite a lot of. I actually need to get back to some people on the on comments. I've had a lot of comments recently about it.
It's good,
and yeah, I like it. I really like it too. It's it's kind of it reminds me of the Himalayas, kind of Asian. Yeah, so I thought it was kind of mountain themed a little bit. It's got some chimes.
I think the chimes for me, I think there's a scene in The Mummy where that sound, it rang familiar in my head. So now I just think of Egypt when I fucking hear it, and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
It makes me almost as happy as you asked me for breakfast, but you stopped asking that, so I just have to ask myself now.
This guy is such a fraud, right? I don't know if I can expose you here, Tom. I'm there yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I'll ask him if he wants to go.
Whoa! I know where this is going, bro. I'm joking. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I intermittent fast every day, and I don't even eat breakfast.
Tom, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Absolutely rumbled. Absolutely rumbled.
I was like, I'm going to save this for breakfast. It's going to be a big one. This guy's
1
meal of the day.
Okay.
I'm fucking heartbroken. I'm heartbroken.
He's shaking. I said to him, I was like, the first thing he was like, because we were getting coffee, and he was like, what if you have for breakfast? I'm like, I'm really hungry, and I was like, bro, do you want to know the irony is that I've intermittent fasted for 15 years.
I remember that. That's funny, dude. Mine's random. Mine depends on the day. It depends if I'm having a workout, in a couple hours. Sometimes I'll get in food because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat for 6 hours. Sometimes I'll eat before, but I feel a lot of times too, I kind of push it off a little bit for a few hours at least.
Now it's not that I never have breakfast. I mean, breakfast is for me, breakfast is like a treat. It's like a fucking treat if I get breakfast. So that's why I hold it on a pedestal.
Nice.
So you're always asking people because you're not eating it. You're just wondering how they're doing, so you can vicariously.
I just want to know how the crew are doing. Yeah, I just want to know how everyone's doing.
I respect it.
Respect. Okay, then we have OpenSea teams up with MoonPay. So everyone knows my thoughts on MoonPay. MoonPay is trying to be the top of the food chain. They're trying to just buy up everybody. They're partnering up with the Board Yacht Club Whales a little bit to try and boost their own name. It's fucking working, by the way, even though I don't use MoonPay. It's too slow, and it never actually gives me my money, so I stopped using them. Even though their rate is really good, it's way better than Simplex, but it just doesn't work for me. It always comes up with an error. Yeah, but they partnered with OpenSea. It does the same with you, Zerk?
Yeah. I think it's a lot of the time it's UK banks and stuff, especially when you try to pay
weird.
They ban a lot of these payments to MoonPay, but not good.
Well, I mean, I guess OpenSea doesn't care. OpenSea, with them now you can make NFT credit card payments to buy NFTs, which is totally opposite of where we were headed for Web3. But who cares if there's mass adoption? I guess that's the new meta. I heard Gary talking about that, or someone was talking about that in a live. It may have been it was either one of the big YouTuber people or it was Gary, and he was talking about it, how we're like the further we go into mass adoption, the less and less decentralized we go, And we also have this happening with Meta charging. They have new Zuck Bucks, which everybody hates pretty much, but it's fine. Zuck Bucks. I think it's catchy. If it wasn't Zuckerberg's last name, I think Zuck Bucks could have worked. But since it's Mark Zuckerberg's name, I think people hate it, and so that's happening. They're charging 47% to use their metaverse, which is fucking absurd. What do you guys think about that?
Well, firstly, sorry, Tom. I think the MoonPay thing is actually very bullish. I love the fact that people and normies can now step in without having this whole hurdle of setting up a MetaMask or going through Coinbase wallet and all this stuff. So that's good. The Zuck Bucks is just fucking mind blowing. When I read that, I was like, this guy, what does a lizard need with all of this money? It's just insane. 47%. Who signed that off? Someone is getting fired. Are they not? That is crazy.
Man. Yeah, what do you think, Tom?
I mean, I kind of don't believe it. It's almost so ludicrous. I posted this meme the other day, and I don't know if it was true or not. Yeah, I think it was a couple of days ago. See if I can get it up. But it was a meme of Zuckerberg, and actually I posted it in my newsletter as well. And it's basically how apparently the employees at Facebook, at Meta, affectionately call him the Eye of Sauron.
Oh fucking god! Are you serious?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, it's just their affectionate term for me.
Wait, that's on. That. What the fuck? That's actually really funny.
It's hilarious. Dude,
Are you sure it was 2 days ago? I'm 3 days back, and I don't see it.
Let me. No, I suppose it would have been a week ago actually. Now because it's Friday last week.
All right, so that's many days ago. So you said you have a newsletter, Tom?
Yeah, I put it in my newsletter as my meme of the week because it was. I also announced the metaverse tax in it as well. So I was like, yeah, this goes with my goes with the theme of the day.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I think the metaverse tax is, these guys are obviously these guys are desperately trying to understand what the next revenue model is going to be for Meta. I mean, for Facebook basically, because Facebook's fucking dead. So they're desperate to figure something out, and then you kind of forget Zerk knows because he comes from an econ background and he's spent tons of money on Facebook ads, and they make a killing. They make an absolute.
I think Facebook ads still work really well, don't they?
I don't know. I guess depending on the product.
I think it depends. Yeah, it depends on the product. Okay. Depends on the product. But it's gotten significantly harder in the last 3 years, specifically through the iOS 13 update last year. Hit a massive barrier, really hurt. And so I think they're really struggling, and they're trying to think, okay, well, how are we going to continue to drive value to our shareholders? We're going to have to come up with the next, so they're just taking a Hail Mary pass and going for the metaverse play. I know that our boy Andres, he thinks that I think because of Instagram being the visual app, at least when it comes to static pictures and images, it lends really well to NFTs. And if they're trying to do an NFT marketplace, so it seems like the tax is going to be to do with the games that you can play within their meta, basically like a Minecraft alternative. So it's dumb. It's fucking dumb.
They should be
doing it for free, right?
Yeah, well, if they can build something that's sick, I mean, it's not that hard to beat Sandbox or something. Sandbox is pretty shit.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, it's been painfully bad. From what I've seen, it's just the 2D graphics is just awful, and I'm like, wow, fuck, that's all we have. And so, I mean, they're gonna have the right to charge what they want. It's just probably not gonna work. I think they're scared that maybe they're gonna turn into a Twitter, where Twitter's just not making money. I've read so many things where Twitter's just barely breaking even. And I don't know how the fuck Twitter makes money. They don't have anything that could make them money. There's no way to I mean, you can run an ad here and there, but I can literally just scroll right past it within not even 1 second. So there's no way.
And
how would you do it, Zerk?
Yeah, the ads.
How much is Twitter Blue? Like $3 or something?
Yeah, it's like $3. Like, well, all right. So you come from an e-commerce background. Twitter calls you up. Well, Jack Dorsey's not there anymore. Elon Musk, acting head of Twitter. Just kidding, not yet. He calls you up and says, "Yo, been watching you on YouTube. No, you got an e-commerce background. How are you supposed to make money? What are you saying?"
You stop being so tight with your ad restrictions. Like every time I try to run a Twitter ad with any product, it get banned instantly. Like they're so tight.
Really?
For some reason, somehow, all of these scammy NFT projects are getting through these like guidelines, and I'm doing it for days at a time. But like some of the products that I run, it would just get instantly banned and like wouldn't even get accepted most of the time. So I'm surprised that a lot of these scam ones are getting through. And yeah, I don't really see how efficient these ads are because I've never been a part of them really. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. The Twitter
There's
Blue.
just no way to make money, bro. Like, there's like the little subscription thing. Do you have anything, Tom? Like, what could possibly generate them profit?
I mean, like they seemingly have. I'm surprised at how little space that they use for ads, which is, to be honest, as a user, that's a good thing. I'm like, I don't want to see ads. So it seemingly is non-intrusive. For what I can tell when I'm like scrolling my feed, it's only like the first one on the kind of underneath the first post. And, you know, like you said, you just quickly scroll past it. I honestly think that they just need this is exactly why they need someone like Elon Musk, who's a complete innovator. You know, it needs a full kind of spectrum, just changeover and redirection into something kind of something new, something interesting. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about, the Elon Musk thing. I mean, I hope it kind of comes to fruition.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixed opinions on it. There's a lot of people who fucking hate Musk. They don't like what he's doing. They think he's another Zuckerberg. And so
Fucking
that
idiots.
is the next story, which is funny. We have Elon Musk. I don't know how the fuck people wouldn't know this. This is a few days old. This is like almost exactly a week old. Elon Musk made an offer, and I think he posted a photo. I don't know what this thing is, but he made an offer, and he basically said, he said something along the lines of like, I hold a shit ton of your stock, and if you don't let me buy this, I don't really have a reason to hold on to this stock anymore. And that's a big problem for Twitter, because if Elon Musk dumps all his stock, that's going to get ugly real quick. And he even offered to buy it at like $50-something, which is way over what Twitter is valued at. So they would have gotten like X amount of billions of dollars extra. So I'm like, damn, it's a pretty good deal. Like no matter who the fuck it was, like that's like a $20 billion deal right there. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's going to happen?
I mean, I'd fucking take it, wouldn't you? Like, what are you holding on to it?
I mean, I would take it. It's just like I'm sure like politics is the big question here. Like, are they going to let someone like Elon Musk run a massive social media? Because people were asking him to like start a social media at one point. I don't think that was really hard to do. It's way harder than people think to generate to get people to actually move over to another social platform. So I think it makes better sense for Elon to jump onto Twitter. But man, like that would. There's a lot of people who would be happy about that, but a lot of people would be pretty pissed, I think, too.
Yeah, I guess when you frame it like that as well, the guy is a bit of a loose cannon sometimes. You know, he's a bit trigger happy with his words and stuff.
But it's like it's funny, you know. It's like he's like the president. Like he's just fuck.
Yeah. And it kind of fits perfectly with Twitter, right? Being the guy that owns Twitter, like being able to.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like that, but for sure. Like buy into Doge, that shit's gonna fly a moon if he's in charge of Twitter. He's gonna be like drunk at the bar, like tweeting memes, and it's just you know, everyone on Twitter gets their profile photos changed to Dogecoin for a day or something. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, he's lost a lot of power on Doge. Like every time he tweets now, it doesn't even go up anymore. Like it literally, I remember once it went down. He tweeted about it went down like 2%. I was like, oh fuck.
There you go. I'm out of Doge.
Fuck.
What do you think, Tom? You think Doge's gonna hit $1, bro?
I have no idea. I don't even know what is Doge at. I'm like never even considered
Dogecoin's probably like 10 cents right now. Like it's got to be low. Let me see. Actually, I used to hold a lot of it. Let's see. Actually, you know what? It might be a good idea to just check the market real quick. We usually do that in the beginning. I kind of forgot. We were just talking about whatever.
Yeah, let's do that.
Breakfast yesterday, weren't you, mate?
What?
Huh? You was buying Doge at breakfast yesterday. I saw you.
Dogecoin's at 14 cents. They're at 14 cents. Not bad. You know, not bad. That's all right. I remember when I have screenshots, bro. I just found this the other day. I have screenshots of when Dogecoin was initially pumping because I bought it in 2020 or 2019 or something. And I forgot about it. And my friend called me. He's like, yo, download Robinhood again because I know you deleted it, but open that shit up because I think you still have Dogecoin. And we were like watching and I was screenshotting, like, oh my god, it's at 9 cents, it's like 20 cents. We're like, holy shit, it's at 32 cents. We're like, oh my fucking god. And like every time I looked at it, the numbers are just like rise, like the number the balance in there was just like so much money. I was like, oh my fucking god. It was unbelievable.
Did you take
But
profit?
oh, this is the very first time I utilized dollar cost averaging my way out of the market. Shout out Tony from Journey Crypto. And I used his strategy. I got out, I think, 98% by like, I think the last sale was at like 65 cents. So I was able to sell up. I think I sold like 25, 40, 55, then like 65 or something like that. So I was able to sell out really good. And it was a good foundation. Even though I was planning on selling it like 60 cents, all of it, it just would have been too risky. Like, you don't know if it's actually going to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
But here we have, fuck. I don't want to pull up on my computer because it'll freeze or something. But let's see if my camera will focus. Here's what Bitcoin's looking like right now. It's had a drop off, but it's recovering ish. You know, this is, by the way, this is it right here on fuck. It's backwards. It's over here. So it's climbing back up a tiny bit. But people are asking what we think is going to happen with crypto and NFTs and how they're paired because, you know, crypto was going down, NFTs were still going down, and then you know, Coinbase or the cryptos are going up, and then NFTs were going up at the same time. So it's almost like they're not decoupled. They're just like, I don't know, like they're just kind of teetering. They're just kind of doing this, but both ways. Is there going to be a clear winner here? Are we going to completely decouple? What do you guys think?
I actually don't know. I don't really get too involved with like the cryptocurrency world and altcoins. I was pretty involved. Then I sat on it all for a year thinking I was going to make $1 million and maybe like $1 grand. So I was like, fuck this, I'm out. So yeah, I kind of don't pay any attention to it at the moment. I mean, everything from what I can remember just follows what Bitcoin does and kind of like bases the trends from that, right? But yeah, in terms of NFTs following the crypto space, was that your question as well?
Yeah, because people used to go with the idea that if everyone takes their profit from ETH and they dump it into NFTs and then the cycle reverses, but that kind of stopped happening a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think like a lot of my friends would be like, you know, you've got all this money in NFTs and ETH's pumping, like, are you not scared? And it's kind of like, not really, because the floors don't really correlate exactly to the price of ETH. So it's one of those. It's like, if you believe in that project, then I can't remember the last time I looked at the price of ETH, right? At the moment, I don't care. I'm looking at how much ETH.
It's got to be, I think it's around 3K.
Yeah. So it was like 3.6 last week or whatever, but you don't really see the floors moving too much, like based on the ETH price at the moment. I think because a lot of people don't want to sell their NFT at a loss. They understand this impermanent loss that they have being locked up inside of JPEG, you know.
What do you think, Tom? You think ETH is still tied to NFTs at all, or you kind of think they're just like going their separate ways?
I think we saw the evidence like a month ago. It decoupled, like ETH pumped and NFTs pumped as well. It was like it was as in they were going in correlation, which is the reverse of what we expected. So like Zerk brought up a really, really important point there, which I'm the same. So I Becca talks about this all the time, or talked about it all the time, is that in his like videos where he'd like shill all his shit coins, he was like, the people that made huge amounts of money were people who were extremely kind of niched down into what their zone and field of interest is. And so they knew exactly, they're the ones that like knew that Moonbirds was the thing. So, oh my God, I need to somehow like register 5 wallets to get into the Moonbirds raffle. Like that kind of like, because as we've seen, like the people who got into Moonbirds, I mean, what was it, like an 8x on 2.5 ETH or whatever?
Fucking ridiculous,
so,
dude.
Exactly, like huge amounts of money. And it's like you can only do that if you're, in my opinion, you can only have your real finger on the pulse if you're like covered. There's just so much going on. It's the same with when you asked, I don't know if it's you or like we talked about this last week, which is about our knowledge of Solana and Solana projects. And I was just like, look, I honestly feel overwhelmed with just Ethereum, let alone a completely different chain. So I think it just goes to show, like, you know, if you really do the people that really make the most most gains, and just whether it's life, business, whatever, is they're specialists. It's the same if you're like a doctor in a hospital. You don't just stay like a general doctor in a hospital. You specialize, and that's when you can start charging more because you're a specialist. And it's the same with just trading. Like you just have to. There's so much going on, especially in the NFT space, and it moves so quickly. Yeah, you can't expect to know what's going on. I tried as well. I was like Zerk. I was like, fucking hell. I haven't looked at my I haven't looked at my portfolio. I think I looked at it yesterday or the day before. And I was like, I can't even remember how much I fucking put in this thing. I remember do you remember I was talking to you about like I set up a spreadsheet and I was like, I couldn't even try. I was like, I can't track that shit. I'm like, with NFTs, I'm like, at least I could see. I'm like, okay, I bought it for this and it's currently at this.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by communities that are talking about on a day-to-day basis, right? It's like, what's that saying? It's like you chase some guys chasing rabbits, and if you try tracing them all, you can't catch any. That's like fully booked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. NFTs are a weird thing, and like the little things can pop up a project. We can have something like Moonbirds sort of not come out of nowhere, but it just happens, and then everything pumps up. And we thought it was gonna drain all this liquidity. I remember I saw Bored Ape holders all complaining about it, and there was gonna drain all the liquid from the market. But then like a bunch of other projects started to pump. We had Doge Pound do a quick 2x yesterday because they had announced a Coinbase partnership. And everyone's like, and it lasted like 5 hours and it fucking crashed right back to what it was. But yeah, there's like no way to like know about NFTs. That's like the fun part of NFTs. If you're not using money that you need, that's where everyone's going wrong. It's like every time something weird happens, I'm okay because it's just like money that I'm like, it's like I always say it's like Chuck E. Cheese money. It's just like game money for me. It's like if it goes up, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I can go do some dumb shit with it now. Like very rarely am I using that money for something helpful. So it's just kind of like fun to watch for me, especially with us being YouTubers. It takes a little bit of the pressure off. Because we're gonna document it anyways. Like if I take a fat L, it's like no, but it's like I can make a video about it. Cool. So it's like no problem.
Exactly.
And so we have Peter here saying we need to bring more attention to all the scams and make videos about them. Seen a lot of videos on I make 10K in 4 hours, but not a single content of how to stay safe in the NFT space. Peter, fuck you, bro. I've made multiple scam videos. You just haven't watched them. Here's one right here. Hold on. I know there's one.
I was literally thinking that as soon as I was reading that comment, I was like, this bro has not watched any of Cade's videos. I've done multiple scam videos.
Yeah, we've all made videos, bro.
We've all fucking made them.
Yeah, I covered the whole I broke down the entire fucking case about this Frosties project that got caught. I mean, every time there's a big scam, if it's in the news, if it's big enough and I see it, the problem is there's so many that like I don't see them all. And plus it's like, I guess we could probably make like a monthly video and like update like how to stay away from those or something. So maybe I could make a video like that where it's like what not to do. But
dude, I don't know. It's like it hasn't changed in the last 6 months. Like scams,
that's true.
It's like no DMs, no DM links. It's the basics.
Dude, I used to click on those all the time in the very beginning because it was invite. It was invite links to like get as many as you can to get a whitelist. Sure. But it wasn't like a thing yet. Like scams weren't like happening like that yet because it was so early. So I jumped into a lot of them because I was trying to do someone a favor. I probably could have fucked myself so many times. But man, now I look back, I'm like, I have not opened a single link ever. Do you guys ever get brand deals where not brand deals, just anyone looking to collaborate and they send you a Google like Dropbox thing with a password, and I just don't know if I can trust those. I never do.
Yeah. So that I think that I saw that getting shared yesterday. So the next something that I think that we could update is there has been an evolution in scams. That's completely not reasonable for me to say. So the biggest evolution in the past like 3 months has been social engineering. So people who will play like a long con on people, so they'll get to know them in DMs. They'll pretend and this I spoke to Zerk about this earlier. I was like, I'm terrified of someone doing that to me, coming into my community and just for weeks, essentially pretending that they're a friend, and then here you go, then they're not, and they fuck you from the inside out. So Henry has done some great videos on that kind of stuff. Like he's done great videos on scams. He's also done a recent video on like he went through all of the projects that he had previewed or reviewed, and he had checked to see how they had performed. Like so he was doing like an honest appraisal of like his past videos that he's done, which is so super cool. I think that's really cool. Massive shout out to Henry for doing that type of content. So it's out there. But yeah, I would say social engineering is the most recent kind of evolution of it, and so you do have to be careful. It's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I have this video too, OpenSea, like phishing
Thanks,
scams.
Bryce.
Like I make these every now and then. It's just, I guess I only make them if there's something that happens. So I try and cover them as I can. I honestly think we just miss them for a lot of the scams, but we definitely could. We definitely could probably make some videos.
So one other thing, Cade, like the sad reality is the scam videos and the stay safe videos, they are not clickable content that people are wanting, like most people are wanting to watch. So
unless there's a big story that happened, correct.
Unless there's a big story, but typically those will get way less reach than a next, like here's a next project, here's a cool project, here's a hyped project kind of video.
True.
So yeah, it's just it can be tough. True.
Be careful with emails. I know there's probably gonna be a lot of people. By the way, this is actually a good thing to bring up. I got an email because I was on the waitlist early for Coinbase beta, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who are about to start getting fake emails. Make sure you check who the original email address is from. Like I double checked, it was from the right email address, because I'm sure there's going to be a Coinbase at Gmail or whatever the email is from Coinbase NFT. And it's going to be a fake link. It's kind of like the OpenSea phishing link. It was sent from a scam email address, fake link, fake website, fake everything, and people got fucked from it. So that happened with the Murakami seed email thing, I think, right?
Yeah.
People are getting fake emails, and there's just no way to know. Like you wouldn't really think to double check that.
Yeah, it's so tough. Like
one thing that got me as well. Like I kind of fell for this scam, or it got me. I kind of slipped up. I was going on Google and I was like, "Fuck, I'm going to check out what this whole sandbox stuff's about. Like, let's like jump in, play around in it." And I fucking Googled Sandbox, and I promise you this, the domain name was Sandbox. I clicked it, connected my wallet, logged in. I was like, oh, fuck the hell, I've got to put my password. I didn't think anything of it on my MetaMask. And then,
oh, fuck.
I was like, it's not connecting. And I was like, fucking, I'll do it again. And I kept it like 3 times. And I was like, okay, this is what it is a scam link. And then all my money basically got sent off to some Hong Kong liquidity pool. And it was at 1.5 ETH. And I was just like,
no, dude.
Shit.
And I was like, I felt so stupid because I'm pretty sure like 3 days prior to that, I'd made a video on scams and stuff. And I was like, be careful, guys.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there as well. Like it's the I made a video. I did mention this in a video because I caught myself out because I was like, oh my God, I was making a video and I went to Google a collection. I went to Google a project. So I just typed it in Google, then clicked the first link that came up, and it was a link through to a kind of like a fake OpenSea profile.
Whoa.
And I had to catch myself and be like, because I was looking through the profile, I was looking through the page, and it was just the collection. I was like, this isn't making sense. And I was like, oh my God, I literally did what I tell people don't do. And it was just like, So that for the guys that are listening, never Google a fucking project. Like actually you have to go to Twitter is the place to
I always go to Twitter.
Which is crazy. So you have to kind of go backwards.
And you have to make sure it's the right account. There's also like there's like 6 Moonbird accounts right now, and they all have like 400,000 followers. But there's only one that's followed by all the people that I know, and so I only follow that. I only like keep up with that one. But there's a lot of fake ones right now. They're like hundreds of thousands of followers. It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
So just on that note, for people that may not know, like Zerk will know this and Cade will know this. So people, the mechanism that they're using is they'll pay for Google ads to get higher ranking on the first page. They'll literally just buy a ranking because they know that they're going to get 1.5 ETH from boys like
exactly.
and it's going to pay for the it's going to pay for the Google ads. So it's great.
Yeah.
I funded a small family in Hong Kong.
Yeah, we're about to go into Moonbirds, but Alexis had a really important question here. Tom, when Tom Young Sito's NFT, bro?
What's
Tom Young Sito's NFT? I like the ring. I like the ring of the Tom Young Sitos. It may be happening at some point. Who knows? We like to keep people guessing. Yeah. We're still early. We're still trying to figure this out. I have an idea in my head what I want to do, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. There's no rush. We're gonna be here for a minute. We'll talk about Moonbirds real quick. This is a project that Tom was super pumped about. He was, unfortunately, none of us. I don't. Zerk, you didn't get a whitelist for this, did you? Or you didn't get the?
No, I didn't. But I was telling Tom yesterday, so I was.
This is brutal. This is fucking brutal.
I was trying to buy I was trying to buy 3 off of the floor yesterday at 70. Not yesterday when it first launched, and I was like, okay, cool. This is going to be the bottom. I'll get in now. They're likely to go to 6, but whatever. I'll pick them up at 7. I'm going to go and continue my day, whatever. So I got 3 failed transactions at 7 ETH, and I was like, oh, fuck this.
Damn.
Like, I just kind of bothered. I'll wait till tomorrow when they're like 6 or 5 ETH. And then
Oh no,
they're
bro.
like 12 ETH. And then they went to like 20 ETH, and I was like, oh, great. And so, yeah.
This is fucking insane.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, dude? I thought it would do very well, but like I didn't know that much about it. And Tom, you made your video and you said it's gonna fly past 20 ETH, and you were pretty on point there. Why the fuck is it at 20 ETH, dude? Why is it not at 10? Why didn't it stop? Why did it just keep going? And how?
So
Who the fuck is buying these at 20 ETH?
Well, I spoke to Zerk about this, and like, so Emma, who in the Summit Club managed to snag one, which was so sick. So she made like basically a $60,000 flip, or no, she didn't flip it, but she's sitting on that potential gain right now, just in overnight. And that was, for people that may or may not know, like it was a 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 chance of getting it if you entered the raffle, which is crazy. That's like a crazy odds on like just quadrupling a large amount of money. But yeah, so the answer is that the people who like have the capital to buy into this are people, firstly, like Zerk, who was like, well, I'm going to snag like 3 of these. So we know exactly who it fucking is. But then
I'm trying to figure who's buying at 20 though. Who's buying at 20?
Who's buying
it right now?
Who's buying at 20? Who's buying at 20 are people that are so this is the whole point that I went into like in my video, and all the stuff I talked about before is like, who is behind the project? What have they done? And it's because they just have the deepest network within the VC space. They know every single fucking rich as fuck person, angel investor, private investor.
But they're screwing them all over by them buying at 20. It's not going to. I mean,
these guys don't pay fucking. It doesn't mean shit to these people because they're also fucking rich. That's the point. The point is that it doesn't matter. They're like, remember, this is a membership group of the ultra wealthy. The ultra wealthy. This is like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, but like for the discerning kind of like intelligent investor, non-celeb kind of thing. Like, have we seen any celebs post about like getting ape into Moonbirds?
Well, like, I think Moonpay's probably getting ready to do some brand deals. I assume they're probably making some calls. What's up, Logan? You know, what's up, Gary? A few people.
Well, this is the thing, like, you know, so Kevin is like an OG friend of GaryVee from back in like 2008. That was when they first met each other at South by Southwest and shit. And so, you know, they run the game. Fucking we obviously, are we going to talk about VFriends? I'm not sure if
I forgot about VFriends, bro. Yeah, I mean,
because I haven't been in it. I haven't been in VFriends kind of ecosystem, so I'm kind of out. But I just know that.
Yeah, I was in the book games. I was able to snag a book games token for free when I bought the 12 books or whatever it was on his live stream a long time ago. It was just pure luck that I just happened to be there when he was live. I was literally scrolling on YouTube and he was live on YouTube. I clicked it and he's like, hey, for this certain amount of time, if you buy this many books and send a proof receipt to this email, you will get a free book games token. I'll tell you more about it in a few months. And I had missed VFriends 1 and I was like, fuck it, I'll just try this, see what happens. So I spent a couple $100, bought the books, got the NFT. And then when it came out that the utility behind the book games token was mainly a raffle for the VFriends Volume 2, I knew that the news was going to blow up, so I waited. I saw the top of the news. Basically, I was able to make like 0.6 ETH or something off that, which was lit. Nice. And I'll pull up the VFriends project right now. But yeah, I sold that for 0.6 or something like that because I knew it, like the chance of me actually winning opportunity to mint VFriends would be cool, but like I have shit luck. Like I'm not gonna win that raffle, so I sold it. I also like at this point we weren't like doing terrific in the market, and I was like, I might make more money if I just sell it now versus even waiting because my book games token is gonna go to 0 as soon as the project utility is over. Like I don't know what's gonna happen later in the future, but that's gonna be way later down the line. I was like, I feel like I could use this half ETH like way better if I just sold it now. And so the Volume 2 is at 1 ETH right now. It's doing pretty well in spite of the market sentiment we're in. I think it's still. I guess these are still pre-reveal, but yeah, VFriends is cool. But I mean, he did earn that audience. But anything GaryVee does right now is gonna work because he says it's gonna work. And while he's right because he's gonna make it work, he's also right because people believe him no matter what. And so it's like it's like a win-win situation for anyone basically in the VFriends situation here. So
it's self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If he says it's gonna work,
right,
it's gonna work. And like, did you read the book? I got 36.
I read the book. I have them. I read it.
Wait.
Really
Explain. Sorry. So you guys, how many books did you fuckers buy?
I bought 36. I think Cade said he bought 12, right?
Yeah, I just bought the minimum.
How much do they cost each?
It was like
20, 30. Oh, was it? Okay. I spent like $200 on it. I think it wasn't bad. It was like, that's how I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's like point whatever ETH, 0.1 ETH, no problem.
So and then
this is crazy.
So
right? Before we move on, I've got to say this. So my friend in Australia bought something. They spent like 6K on books. They got because they did it with Amazon. They could only send out a certain amount of books, right? So they got sent out like the first batch of 64 or whatever. They claimed all the VFriends vouchers, and then by the time the next one was ready, they actually cancelled it and got a refund, and ended up getting all of these NFTs. And he got like a Go one, 150K just on like this book order.
Wow.
And, yeah, it was fucked, and he didn't even have the books. He refunded the books. Like, it's crazy.
So he got back on books.
Yeah, he got the free NFTs, but because there was like a huge back order with Amazon in Australia, for some reason they couldn't ship him the book, so he got to like refund it. So yeah, amazing. Made like 150 G's, just like
fuck. That is such a. Did you know what? That's. I wonder how many people would have done it, because you just had to. What? Do you just have to send the receipt? What did you do? What did you have to do?
Yeah, you send the receipt by a certain date.
Yeah,
I assume they probably didn't verify it. Probably they just were like.
I don't know how they work it. I mean, he has got a whole team on it, so I'm sure the people have verified it. But it's like one of those things that I don't think that many people. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Actually, I mean, there's a lot of people in it, but I mean, only a certain amount. It was only open for a very small amount of time, that sale, and so I imagine that a lot of people just didn't hear about it in time. But who fucking knows, dude? Who knows? We have Henry Chan saying, love the impersonation series. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm really excited to this. I'm glad he likes the Tom impersonation.
I love that one.
I thought about doing the accent. I don't have that kind of confidence to drop an accent like that.
Really?
I've always wanted to be an actor. I just don't think I can pull it off. It's just tough. I don't want to do any disrespect to my UK people out there. But
I would have loved it. I was regardless. It was fucking good. It made me
round two. I'll add season 2. I'll add an accent.
Can you give us a teaser?
Fresh
promo?
Yeah. Fuck. Look, how about this? If someone in the chat sends me 2 ETH, I will absolutely do that. No problem.
Just a quick
2 ETH.
Tell me that. Let's go. No, like I was casually pooping, loaded up my YouTube, CK doing an impersonation, cracked me up. I loved it.
Fucking awesome. What do you guys think about the Moonbird derivatives?
It's gonna happen. Whatever.
Yeah.
Get out, done.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are happening. We got someone saying, Tom, you're a legend. We got Emma saying Emma's a G, or no, Bryce saying that. Apparently gas is really high up. I'm not sure what's going on there. Does anyone know? I saw what's his name? Nate tweet about this actually earlier today.
Yeah, same. I don't know. Didn't know.
Moon
punks?
Moon Board Ape Yacht Club, Moon Apes, Moon Punks, yeah, everything. All right, we got a couple more stories here. Hold on. We have Starbucks NFT is set to be released in 2022. This is funny because I just was on a podcast like 2 weeks ago, I think, and this is one of the examples that the guy brought up on the other side. He was like, "What if Starbucks comes out with an NFT that's for people who go like twice a week, and the part of the utility is there's like a special drink that you can only order that's very whatever special, and you can only have it if you show proof of your ownership of the NFT. And the biggest part with these kind of NFTs is the fact that you can resell them. So it's going to be somewhat like a membership thing, or like the point system. Like if you go to Chipotle a certain amount of times, you get a free burrito. So I assume it'll kind of replace that whole system. And then you can also resell it. So you can like stack up 2,000 points on Starbucks NFT, sell the NFT with all the points on it. And that's like an opportunity there. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be really interesting how people start to integrate these things into the real world.
I really, really like it. I think it's a great idea. Like I go to Starbucks, it's £6 to go. Let me just buy an NFT and have a lifetime membership. But like loads of companies are doing this. There's like real independent places. I went to like a steakhouse in Australia, in Melbourne, and there's a guy who actually got an NFT. And if you buy this gold tier NFT, it's like $500, and you essentially get a certain amount to spend each month. And my friend's like, yeah, just fun. Like we order these huge platters and we're rinsing him dry. The poor guy's like kind of looking at it now, probably thinking, holy shit, you guys are ordering too much. You're coming here every month and claiming it. Like, when's this going to end? But you know, I love it. You know, it's a good way. And
That's like Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness charges so little per month, and they have all these amenities, but they know that no one's going to use them all. That's why they can charge a little bit. If everyone started redeeming everything, they're like, fuck. We didn't think everyone's going to do this. Like the banks, they're like lending out everybody's money, and everyone tries to get at the same time. They're like, oh yeah, so we don't have any of your money.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I love it. I'm a big fan of Starbucks. It's a bit exciting.
What do you think, Tom? Tom, what would be your number one place that you want to incorporate NFTs that you would buy from?
Where do I go most often? I'm just like, it would be coffee. It would just be my local independent coffee place. But so I spoke about this. We spoke about this on the Twitter Spaces the other day, and it was like, I honestly, I see the future as being every single corporation is going to have their own native token, and that is going to be the underlying. So I think we talk about NFTs. I think there's going to be it just makes total sense to reward loyalty in kind of with a fungible token, as in you can just do Starbucks coin, right? Like Bucks coin or whatever it's going to be, Star coin. One thing that I'm seeing is kind of apps that help you track stuff. And so, for example, in the UK, there's an app called Strava, which is an app that like cyclists and runners and shit use to monitor like long distance running, triathlon, that kind of shit. And it logs all your hours and logs all your like miles and shit. And it's the social media platform that like my parents' generation use. They don't use Facebook. They don't use Instagram. They post photos of their like walks, their runs, their cycles, such on Strava. And I'm like it's so obvious that like these businesses, they can airdrop and reward their like most loyal users, their most loyal customer base with token drops. And it's marketing. It's rewarding customer loyalty. It's keeping people within the ecosystem. It's everything. It's just like so obvious to me. And that's where the Starbucks thing is. But I'm like, every McDonald's, you have McDonald's coin, and you'll be able to swap it for a Starbucks coin. Like that's where I see the future of this. Like everywhere's going to have their own coin.
Is it ever going to be ETH 2.0, or are we ever going to not have to pay gas? Are we going to jump on the Solana? Cardano going to make a comeback? Alex Becker's going to have to
be Cardano coin.
Alex Becker's going to have to eat his own fucking shit after Cardano blows past the moon. Dude, that guy's so fucking funny on Twitter. Every single YouTube intro, every single tweet is just clowning.
Dude, it kills me. It kills me. I love it. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Like he has so much money. He's like, I can't give a fuck if I tried. So
it's the best. The best is when he like goes into it and he tees it up, being like, "Look, I'm gonna go easy. I'm gonna go easy on those," and then he just fucking goes for like a full 2 minutes. Just
I'm excited to do that impersonation video, dude. I'm excited to go into it on that one. I'm gonna go super exaggerated, I think, on that. But like the best is after he does like a 3-minute rant, he's like, "All right, we don't have time for jokes." I'm like, he just does like 3 minutes straight. The fucking coins.
We don't have time for this shit. We don't have time for the intro.
All right.
I might go watch them now.
So we have Tom Brady partnering up with ESPN partners with Autograph for Tom Brady NFTs. I'm not sure how these kind of NFTs, I don't know what I think. I think it's more of like, I don't know.
It's boring, man.
I think that's the best way to describe it. It's just kind of lame. I don't know. It's all right.
I covered this again like that last week, and to me I also just couldn't get excited around it. It just felt like it was the low hanging fruit, real easy entry point for ESPN, was this to do this. And you know, if you look at what the NFTs are, it's like, why would I don't know who the fuck would? But then I suppose GaryVee would be like, "Whoa, well, this is the opportunity to get like ESPN's like first ever NFT." It's like, so yeah, I don't know. I've never been a card collector, so perhaps maybe this is maybe are we just not the right audience for this? Maybe I don't know.
I just don't think it's that cool. I don't know. People who want the Tom Brady thing, I think would just rather get it in person. Like the NFT is cool. I think that kind of thing makes sense when NFTs are way more mainstream and it's just more normal. I think it's just not the time to drop that kind of NFT. It just doesn't make sense yet. It's kind of like when people are trying to do like super utility focused projects, right? They're just not performing because people don't give a shit. Even if the utility is good, it's like, yeah, but we don't care. We want to flip it. So it's like that
Yeah.
mentality that the NFT market's in. But here's an interesting thing that I thought was really something people need to think about for this NFT. The Jack Dorsey first tweet ever, that was it was like millions and millions of dollars originally, and he's not fucking CEO anymore. So like, who cares? And so literally, I think the highest price is not $280. I think it's actually like 20,000, but it was sold for $48 million, and it's like, oh my fuck, and he's screwed. He's never gonna get that money back. No one's ever gonna pay that money back because Jack Dorsey's not even affiliated with Twitter anymore. He's not CEO. So it's like, fuck, people need to think about that because that's important. That's really, really important.
It's stupid, yeah. Like, I don't really get it. This stuff, I guess, it is all about like the history and the culture, right? Everyone's like invested in the whole journey that we're going through right now of the NFT stuff. Like, you're going to look back in 40 years and show your grandkids, like, I bought Jack Dorsey's first tweet. Yeah, look at this. And they're like, oh, yeah, granddad, that's so sick.
I'm like, I think the same about the people buying rare NFTs of like just rare, well, to be honest, just rare NFTs. I'm like, you do understand that you're buying something that is like the least liquid thing of already something that is really illiquid. Like you're basically saying that, okay, I buy this, whoever's, who's buying a $20 million Azuki or whatever, or even the increments going up to that, who might be by the top 10 rare is like 10 million or whatever. Yeah. Like, who the fuck else is going to be, that's a small pool that you have got to sell to, who's going to be willing to pay more than that. And I just think at this stage in the game, it just feels really fucking risky. I feel I get floor buying like the floor and just, because that's the lowest risk. But I'm like, wow, well, you got to have fucking balls to be throwing, your wealth into $1 million JPEGs. Like,
you also have to think, like, you have to think long term. Like, Jack Dorsey's first tweet is smart for, like, if someone was to think, oh yeah, the CEO of Twitter, his first tweet, great.
For sure.
But like, you have to think about Jack Dorsey's mark on the world. Like, Bill Gates' first tweet, I think, would be more important than Jack Dorsey, because Bill Gates is like a worldwide icon who created a product that can't be separate. Like, you think Microsoft, or like you think computers, and you think Bill Gates pretty much. You think Elon Musk, you think innovation. You think Jack Dorsey. It's like, who's that guy again? Yeah. It's like, who's that guy again? So like, it's almost so irrelevant. Like, you really have to pick certain people. Like Elon Musk, an NFT associated with Elon Musk, something like a first tweet or whatever, that actually could hold value because Elon Musk isn't really going to go anywhere. He's tied into all these different things. GaryVee's first whatever works, and it'll work forever unless GaryVee like sucks or something in a few years. He just like gives up or something like that. But it's just like, it's really important that people think about those things. You got to think about why you're buying into the project. Like, if you're buying into a project like Plasma Bears or Punks or like one of those first 2017 projects, you really got to ask yourself if this is going to hold value. Like, there's a lot of projects that kind of launched in that first era that may or may not be worth something just because they're old. And like, you're kind of taking a risk. So like, if you're going to sink $20 million into it, you really got to think about that shit first.
For sure, man. Completely agree. You've got stupid money. If you're throwing your money at this stuff, like, you've got fuck you money anyway. And it's like, whatever. It's just kind of a weird flex, right? Being able to say, oh, I'm that guy in that article right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I see it. Like, Tom Brady stuff, is he pretty much like America's version of David Beckham or something? Because I see it.
Yeah, I would say so. But he's also like, Beckham is loved by many, many, many. And like, I don't know how many people hate Beckham, but I feel like it's not as many people who hate Brady. Because like, Brady's, I don't know, it's like the whole country likes Brady. It's like a couple states like Tom Brady, and a couple of people fucking hate that guy because he's like the enemy. He's like the mortal enemy. It's like, it's a different kind of thing. But Tom Brady is really as close to the GOAT as you could get. But yeah, anyways, we also have one of the GOATs of acting. This has nothing to do with NFTs unless he makes this into an NFT or something. But Johnny Depp is in court after he says it's something to do with some kind of domestic abuse. I don't know all the details here. All I know is everyone is covering it on TikTok. Dude, this shit is getting some serious heat on TikTok. People are posting so much. Everyone is on social media. At least everybody is on the side of this dude. And I have no idea what the details. So we're not trying to say one way or the other. It's just really interesting how everything is being covered on TikTok now. There was people being invited to the White House to talk to people and be interviewed by very high level people in the White House because so many people are getting their news from people on fucking TikTok who are 19 years old covering the war happening in Ukraine. And they're like, hey, we got to make sure these fucking kids who are getting 9 million views of video are actually getting this right information out here. And it's just fucking insane, bro. Like, it's literally insane. Like, I don't know, bro. Like everything's changed. Like we've never had a war where there's fucking people on social media making memes about it. Like this world cannot be beaten. The internet is like will always win.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
Like surely Vladimir Putin opens up his TikTok or Twitter feed and just like sees a meme and kind of chuckles himself and thinks, "Oh, fuck, why am I doing this?" You know, like maybe I'm an asshole. Like,
could you imagine he gets like a little bit too high and he's sitting there, he's like, wait, why the fuck did we invade them again?
Yeah,
like that happens when I get really high. Sometimes I'll sit there, I'm like, who am I? What am I doing again? Like,
hey, do you remember you like got on the voice chat yesterday? And it must have only been like midday for you. And I think you had just gotten back from the gym or something. You were like, guys, I think I'm high right now, but I don't think anything. And then
I felt like that an hour ago. I feel like that right now. I feel like I took some mushrooms and I'm on the come up, but I didn't. I haven't taken drugs, but I think this is something I want to talk about. This is something I want to talk about. It's like I've gone through multiple periods of like being addicted to stuff, not being addicted to stuff, going through like depression while smoking, even though it made me like feel worse. And so I started when I got back onto mushrooms and like doing drugs and stuff every now and then. I wanted to not be tied to like a reward system. So there'd be times where I didn't feel like smoking, but I would make myself smoke so I didn't like associate smoking with like, oh, I want to smoke, I'm gonna go do this and make me feel better. It would just be something that I did, and like that literally solved my problem. Like I don't crave weed ever. Every now and then I just want it. Sometimes I'll take it. Sometimes I don't feel like it, but I'm like, okay, it's been like a week. I haven't smoked for whatever reason. I'm just gonna go smoke. That way I don't like it doesn't get tied to ways of thinking and habits and routines. And it like made my life better because now like I'll randomly be high and I won't be planning it. And then days where I'm like not smoking or anything, I like wake up and I feel like extra happy for some reason. And I'm like dope. And it just like stays. And it's like, I don't know. It's weird.
Very fair enough, man. Yeah.
Bryce says mushrooms in the air.
Yeah, I'm impressed. But yeah, I can't handle that stuff, man. If I smoke weed, I'm just like written off for the day. I cannot work. I cannot think.
Even a little bit, or is it because you smoke too much?
Yeah, no, I feel like even a little bit, like just not really up for it. 16-year-old me, you know, skating around outside, I'm all right. But now they're going to do jobs. They go to the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how are you doing this?
I got used to it in my old job. It was a serving job. It's fucking brutal. It was like one of the most popular restaurants on the beach, super big tourist location. And like, bro, after a year of working there, I was like, okay, I hate everybody, every single human being. I hate all of them. And I'll just show up, just get so blazed. And like, that's when I realized everything we do is like automated. Like I'm sitting there, like, don't even know my name. And I'm still taking orders, like a 6-table section, running food. I don't even remember. I literally don't remember my name, but I'm grabbing people's drinks. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what's in this drink. And like doing all these things. And it's fucking wild, bro. Like, I think I just got used to it.
That is funny. I like it. I respect it though.
Yeah, that's whatever. But what do you guys think? We kind of got away from Jack Sparrow. But what do you guys think about Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, and that whole case?
You know what? I actually have read up a fair bit amount on this, and
drop the alpha, bro. Drop the alpha.
That girl is
fucking hell.
She is destroying his life. She's like super fucking crazy. She's been like hitting him and shit, and like the poor, like I don't know. I guess I don't see what happens behind the scenes, but boy, do I watch some deep videos on YouTube about the details, you know. And yeah, the paparazzi stuff's pretty mad. You dive into it a little bit more, read a few articles, and it sounds like the poor guy's really, really trapped. You know, he can't really. No one's listening to him. No one's believing him because it's such a role reversal of this guy being abused, right, physically as well and mentally. And yeah, it's really sad to see because I fucking love that dude. He's a great actor, but kind of seems like a broken man at the moment.
It's interesting because you don't like, for example, like when Will Smith went up there and punched Chris Rock, and people were like, "Oh my god, Will Smith thinks he's like he thinks he's like this hero character, but he's literally just like a dude who plays these characters." But people don't actually know who these people are, like these actors, versus like a YouTuber, for example. If a YouTuber held a some kind of event at a random place, more people are probably going to show up because they connect with that YouTuber on like a deeper level than fucking whoever actor because they're just famous. But you don't actually know who they are as a person. Like, I don't know anything about Johnny Depp. I know a lot about Jack Sparrow, but I don't know anything about Johnny Depp. Like, I don't know who the guy is. I don't know what he does. He lives in the fucking woods in like the middle of nowhere in France or something, like last I read. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Like, I don't know about this. Like I read Matthew McConaughey's book and he's gotten like all these like little side quests of his life where he's like in the middle of an acting gig and he just, you know, goes to the Amazon for a couple of weeks and like does all this weird hippie shit. And I was like, oh, I didn't know he did that. And he's got like all this depth to him and we would never know. But Tom, what do you think? You got anything on Jack Sparrow, on our guy?
Jack Sparrow. I mean, I suppose I just echo what Zerk said. I'm aware of this kind of stuff that suggests that Johnny Depp's kind of being in a bit of he's kind of been trapped in a bit of a corner yeah, it sounds shit, and this has been dragged on for like years now. It's kind of a bit. I just feel bad, at this stage, only the lawyers are winning, as they always do in these kinds of things. But yeah, it sounds like he's a dude that struggled with addiction and stuff like for age. It just seems like Hollywood life is fucking fucked up. It's not a surprise like Will Smith did what he did. It's just so the shit that these people, they live in a different realm, and so I think a lot of it is like they don't think that rules apply to them. Because they, on a day-to-day basis, they typically get away. They don't, right? So I think they try, they try shit. But yeah, I hope this. It just looks so tragic. It's tragic that these guys, like, they're in at least Johnny is on the second half of his life, and he's having to deal with all this shit. It's just
second half of his life. No, I agree. And also, the reason I brought this up, and the reason that it's interesting is because everything relates back to NFTs. In my head, everything can relate back to markets. I remember I watched this video from my friend Nina, who's big onto business stuff, and she posts a lot on TikTok. But everything kind of relates back to selling yourself a little bit. And an interesting thing with NFTs is that it mirrors like real world shit right now because of the speed that everything's happening. The fact that TikTok is our number one app, the fact that NFTs is the number one, okay, maybe NFTs is like having a rough time with search volume currently in this current state, but NFTs are really interesting. People are big onto the idea of jumping onto news really quick and then it fading an hour later, and then it doesn't matter. It's more or less, it might as well not have happened. It's so irrelevant after a week. Like I haven't seen the last person tweet anything about Azuki in like 2 weeks. And it was the only thing I saw in my news thing. So one thing that I wanted to bring up is that Chris Rock, Will Smith thing happened like 2 weeks ago. Haven't heard anything since like 3 days after it happened. Just Jack Sparrow thing has been blowing up for the past week. I'm sure next month this will be old news. People will be like, Johnny who? And so that's the same with NFTs. Like every time there's something happening or there's a certain sentiment, people are really, really bearish. People are thinking, NFTs might be dead. There's like low volume for a few months. Like I think it actually might be over. And then, next thing you know, everyone's back and people are not a single video is being made towards that. And so I was wondering what you guys' opinions are on that and how you're able to keep your communities sane, because so many people just jump to conclusions. And I think I've done a good job with my community being like, yo, chill. It's fine. Just relax. Like just get through this time. It's going to literally be fine. But like,
you're so right, man. Like everyone forgets and forgives so easily. Like we've almost all forgotten that Cyber, whatever his name was, has walked away with $70 million, by himself. He's just like sat in the Maldives sipping fucking margaritas, But the space is very, very forgetful. I mean, at the moment, everyone seems to have forgot how good being on whitelist was, for example, being in a bull market, and how much opportunity there was for actually getting onto these projects early. And everyone's like freaking out. They're like, oh, the space is dead. Like, what can we do? When in reality, you have some mad days when they come through. Everyone's looking at Moonbirds. Yeah. You just forgot people have just made 50 grand on one flip. Like, let's look at the bigger picture. Let's zoom out. Let's have a look over the last 6 months at least. Like, stop looking at everything in sort of week periods and time frames. Right. You're just gonna be depressed all the time and fucking beating yourself up. But yeah, what about you, Tommy boy?
I'm just enjoying just playing the game at the moment, like being a participant in this game. And I kind of post about this on Twitter, and I suppose I just put out the sentiment. I think as content creators, we have an endless supply of content for us to talk about, like we are today, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, whatever. So we're super fortunate. And then on the other side, we have like the different kind of business mechanisms that I know like Zerk has been kind of like leveraging and kind of at the frontier of what this space is. So I just see it as an opportunity to get involved, whether it's people coming in and doing like different roles for Discord servers, just participating. Who knows? I said this, I tweeted this, was it yesterday or today, like about how all of those like kind of like dormant or, I'm not going to say dead because I don't think they necessarily are, but like the deflated bags that people are holding of like projects and stuff, people are just like, oh, the fucking founders. And it's like, well, actually it's us. It's the fucking market that has meant that the floor price has gone from there to there. It's actually us. And we never had to click the sign button. We decided to click the sign button. And you just have to, I think you have to reframe it and be like, okay, well, actually, this is an opportunity where we can really take some leaps in our careers over the next kind of period of time, and see this kind of I suppose they're almost like startup costs, to be honest. It's like the startup expenses is to play the game. You might lose some money.
Right.
And you know how it is. You learn from your mistakes big time, don't you? Like, those are the most powerful lessons, the ones where they hurt the most. And we can then pass that on to our audiences who can kind of like, hopefully we can safeguard them a bit better. But the reality is things are moving so rapidly. I think just participating like we're all doing, and just being sensible, having, if you have the ability to put some money in and spend your time actually researching stuff, Solana is great for that. It's a lower barrier to entry. So yeah, I just think it's just be open, participate, and meet people, which is what we're doing, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a good one. And Zerk, you have the Zerk pass. Is that's an alpha pass, I assume? What kind of, have you run into trouble during bear markets? Like, what do people think about an alpha pass during? Because I don't have alpha pass. I don't know how it works on your end. What are you able to do during a bear market?
I mean, at the moment, it's kind of quantity over quality, right? We're just looking at every project that has potential. We're collaborating with them, finding out if we can get some whitelist spots for our community. That's kind of how it works. I'm sure we all know, like, we get whitelist spots, we give them away on Twitter, they get followers, we get followers, Pass gets followers, whitelist spots too. So, I mean, the good thing about an alpha pass, and this is something that I would recommend everyone get into if they can, is the fact that you get to spend time with people that are in the same position as you. They're active in the community, they're active in the space, and they all really want to learn and ultimately make it work for them. So, Tom would have seen it in Summit Club, you've probably seen it in Joyage Kingdom, and it's like everyone is acting as a community, and you kind of feel safe around them people, right? Safety in numbers. Where we're all in the same boat, and we just hop on a VC, we have a chat, and it kind of puts people's mind at ease. So you see that there are a lot less irrational decisions being made of people like dumping all their NFTs, fucking freaking out, thinking the market's dead, because everyone's kind of there working together, settling and calming down that mood. So yeah, I think like if I could give any piece of advice, would be like to get into some form of alpha group or some form of good solid community in the NFT space, and like that pays for itself tenfold. So yeah, but that's what we're doing right now. Like, we're just trying to get some whitelists to the founders, the holders, sorry, the founders too, and obviously just like supporting people through chats and just like keep pushing forward, like keep looking forward for them next couple of months when that bull run will be back, and ignore the noise for now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, what about you, Tom? You're running your own sort. So I guess it is kind of like an alpha group, is how you could describe it.
I describe it as an alpha group. It's just a kind of like quite low volume private group, and that was purely because I wanted to, I hadn't done this before, and I was like, well, I wanted to participate, and I wanted to make sure that I could actually deliver to people, and so it just made sense to go with very small amount of people. We only had like 15 to 20 paying members of the Summit group, and then we have guys like you guys who come in occasionally and just like and hang out. And it's I say this to the people in the group, it's a networking group. So if like the trading is like the whitelists are like the cherry on top of the cake. It's the learnings, the like exactly what Zerk said. It's like, what can you learn from everyone else from participating? And I was on calls yesterday morning with a member, lunchtime today with a member, talking about their businesses and like how so it's way more than an alpha group. And the same with Zerk. Like Zerk's got an alpha group with a really nice tight quantity, and it means you can be more personable with people. And so yeah, I think that's, there are ones where you have like thousands of members or whatever, and it's just, it doesn't make sense to me.
No, you know the noise then moves from Twitter into the Discord, and then it doesn't help. You need like your Summit group is perfect because you literally know everyone probably by their first name. You know where they're all from, and you can actually get personal and have a deep and meaningful conversation with that person about NFTs or Johnny Depp, whatever you want to talk about. And that's what I really like. That's what I love about the space. Like just meeting new people all the time, connecting with people. Like I was speaking to Tom, and I know you're the same, Cade. Like the connections is what makes this space so valuable, and like
Yeah,
that's ultimately what's going to pay off in the end. You know, we will help each other. Everyone here in the chat is going to learn something from this, and I love that. I love it.
yeah. That actually, I wanted to talk to you guys both about the Alpha Pass or Alpha Group, just because for me, I'm building my brand still. I'm worried about taking risks early on in my brand just because I don't know what can happen. And with I think the reason I got nervous with any kind of Alpha Pass related to that is because it's on the blockchain. You can't go back once it's out there. And I guess I was worried a lot about one, like when the gold rush ends, what am I gonna do? But I guess that's where you just that's where the other benefits come in. It's just that group that you have to be part of. I guess I was worried about people who jump in and buy, like if your Alpha Pass pumps to 5 ETH and they come in thinking they're gonna get all this stuff, like, well, what the fuck did I spend 5 ETH? And it's like, fuck, because like Gary said that too. He was like, I can't help the people who bought my VFriend at 40 ETH when a bunch of people got in a half an ETH. He's like, I don't know what to say. It's just like,
that's
so,
it. That's just the lunacy of the market, right? You know, if they buy at 5 ETH, then of course, if they're purchasing at 5 ETH, there's obviously a market there for them to be doing that, for them to be making that decision. So you should be able to deliver value, and there should be a reason why your pass is at 5 ETH for them to want it, right? So the value you're providing is obviously valuable. For me, the way I see it, like this is the first thing that I've found in pretty much the last 12 years of like working that I really love and I can sink my teeth into and happily spend, 18 hours a day sat behind my computer just in Discord chatting to people. So for me, I'll be here until the space dies. I'll be here until we can't flip monkey JPEGs for 20k profit a day. It's like I love it. So I was having the same concerns. Like you always have that sort of mini fear inside yourself, like, oh holy shit, I'm about to tie myself into the space forever.
Yeah. That's what I think that's what I was scared of too. And I had a business call with this dude who was and I still don't know what I'm going to do with it. There's a lot of moving parts in that decision, but he was telling me about it, and I was just like, fuck. I guess that like it does make business, like it makes sense. All the numbers work, all these things work. It's just like, I guess, I am nervous to tie my brand to anything because it's like if it goes wrong, it's like remembering the blockchain forever. But it's also like intentionality is important. Your ability to bounce back and like make good from it's also important. And it's also learning, like since we're so early, it's all kind of like testing yourself against it. Like for me, it's like a great opportunity to learn how business insider stuff works, how delegating money, like you're talking about e-commerce, like he was like, yeah, you just have to know where to allocate money. He's like, it's more or less easy if you know where to put the money and who to give the money to and like do these things and delegate the correct way. And I was like, fuck, this might literally just be an opportunity for me to learn how all this stuff works and be part of the system. And so that's where I was like, oh, maybe this isn't like that dangerous. Maybe it's just like chill and I'm just overworking it in my head.
I literally said that exact same thing to Liam yesterday. I literally said, I was like, I see this as an opportunity to learn skills. Like, how do I build a team? How do I delegate tasks? How do I understand cash flow? How do I get, I don't know, whatever, like all of the things of building a business we have the opportunity to play with. And what I said to Liam yesterday was like, I think you have to remember that the people who buy a 5 ETH pass, they understand the risks. They understand those types of people. They understand that it could go to zero. That 5 ETH payment was their entry cost into participating. And so I see this as like, okay, well, this is an opportunity for us to participate, learn how to increase our skill sets, do what we're doing. And that's why like fucking Zerk is so excited, because he's getting so much value out of learning how to do all this. And that's the way I see it as well. I'm like, I'm just like, okay, well, can I help? I'm not worried about people left potentially holding a bag of if they were to hold my NFT, because I don't see it ever like dropping out of the sky, and so all of a sudden, a 5 ETH NFT is going to drop to a 0.05. It will be a slow incremental thing where it will change hands. And so each person, when it changes hands, well, maybe they'll lose a little bit, but again, it comes back to that's the participation cost. So I'm just like, I'm here to get involved. That's kind of my perspective.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. And I guess it all boils down to the fact of like, why are you doing it in the first place? If it's based on purely and simply NFT trading, like for you, for example, Cade, like you're a man of the people. You're just like bringing content in every which way, and like kind of covering everything about the market. So yours doesn't necessarily have to be an alpha pass where it's like buy these projects, buy these giveaways. It could literally just be like a community that benefits through exactly what you're doing now. And even without the NFT space, I'm sure you'd be doing something like this because you've kind of seems like you found your niche, right? Like you're going hard on this and you're killing it. So it just carries on with you for the rest of your life. Like
that's true.
Your past members getting invited to your wedding or your funeral, even
my funeral. Alpha pass to get into my funeral. No, that's true. That's true. And in the video I recorded about why I haven't done like a 10K collection, it was because I was like, I feel like it's not the right time for my brand because right now it's still the gold rush, and so a lot of people buy in just to get in early so that they can flip later. And I was like, maybe it just makes better sense for me to drop it later when it's more about investing into my brand. But then like, I don't know, like I have my little 2 access key collections, which are very small. It's like 20 and 26 collection, like super, super small. And that's just for people who believe in my brand. And that's really the only opportunities so far to invest in the brand. I think I'm just nervous that it's just not the right time to drop a collection for what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to stay in the NFT space long term. I mean, it'll probably be a part of everything, but I mean, I'm looking to topple Joe Rogan off of the top chart. So I'm like, to do that, I have to transcend my everything. And so for that to happen, I was like, it just makes more sense for me to be more flexible early on. And so I don't know, like maybe I'm wasting a bag right now, but I don't know. I mean, it can also change like in 2 months.
Dude, I think that you've been playing it really smart. I think you've got your like Genesis collections, which are fucking amazing artwork, and that's being proven by the price like incrementally going up. Like that's what it is, right? This is a technology that's supposed to be helping artists potentially get kind of monetize their creativity, and that's what you've done. Like I don't see where we've seen this with a bunch of projects that they launched 10K collections back in like August, September, October. And their floor prices are fucking zero. And these are like these are the collections from like influencers or YouTube creators, for example.
Right.
And where are they now? They're at zero or close to zero because they had no function. They had no function. For you, it's like you have your collections and those are only going to incrementally go up. I think the question for you is just it's like, what could the process of having an NFT collection potentially gain? What could you gain from it?
That's the thing. Like right now I'm so swamped already that it's like, if I drop an NFT collection, it would add the pressure of like trying to deliver some kind of value other than what I have. And that's where I'm like, if I could drop a collection and people could jump on board with that being like just an opportunity to invest in the brand now, then I'd be like, okay, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's what my collections are now. And I think that's why I'm a little bit more comfortable just holding it there for a while. And that could change in the future. In the future, it could be 2 months or 2 years. I don't think it really matters that much. I'm just so picky. Like I want it to work. I want it to be right. Like I like the fact that my NFTs have a high floor price being what they are. They're not like some kind of alpha pass. They're just an opportunity. I'm like, okay, lit. They're strong. They're building that brand. They're building that value now. And I think it'll pay off later. Like GaryVee didn't drop any kind of like investing in himself until 20 years into his brand. And now he's killing it. Like everyone wants to be part of it. So I'm like, I think part of it's like a selfish little like, oh man, if I wait, I can make this shit look really legendary in a few years kind of thing.
Yeah, dude, you're right. You're fucking right. We know it. Like me and Zerk spoke about this yesterday. I say this to we speak about this with all the other YouTubers. Like you're going to be the one who's bigger than all of us combined. And that is because you'll have played the game in a patient manner. And it's really hard. Like that's hard. That's hard to fucking be patient. It's really hard when there's especially like a carrot dangling, being like, oh fuck, if I do this, it could potentially make my short-term life really easy for 6 months or whatever. But you're like, oh, but then I know I'm going to burn my audience, which is like, that's my ultimate currency in the long run is my audience. And so I'm the same. I'm like, well, how can I do something that won't fully burn the attention of my audience, but they will also understand, okay, this is me pushing myself to like, entrepreneurship is what I'm about. And I'm like, so hopefully my audience who are also budding entrepreneurs, they'll just see me pushing myself and being like testing myself. So it kind of fits
delivering
with
each time because you're
yeah,
doing it.
exactly.
Your Summit
Well,
Club's
yeah, I mean,
a fucking badass thing you got. So when you do drop a pass or whatever NFT, because I don't think there's an NFT attached to it yet, but if there is,
no,
people can be like, oh, look, he has some history of like coming through on his promises. He's done the things he wants to do. And I think that's where I'm thinking too. I'm like, okay, in 6 months, if I've accomplished all these things, I've talked to all these people, then I can say, hey, look, I've delivered every 6 months. I've done all the things I was going to do.
yeah.
I just proved myself. And that's kind of what you're doing with the Summit Club.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's like, for me, it's I read about this. You know, we speak about this guy a lot, like the Alex Hormozy. He's just fucking the most tactical entrepreneur who's just given everything, just everything out on a plate, and talking about how you cannot jump steps, you cannot skip steps in entrepreneurship. You have to go through every single thing, every single level. And you know, Zerk knows it because I heard about his past yesterday, and it's like, dude, he has done everything in like starting a business and sales, marketing. He's got some really cool stories that I hope, you know, we'll have to get back on and dig into, because he's done some pretty impressive stuff in entrepreneurship. And that's the kind of shit. It's like you can't skip. Like,
true.
Can you? You can't do it.
Like, this is the thing, right? People will see me on YouTube now and they'll be like, oh, this guy, you know, he's been in the space 6 months, he's doing these passes and stuff. But what people don't see and what people don't understand is, you know, I've been fucking grinding my ass off since I was like 22, trying to make something work, you know, like sitting there. I quit my job at 22 and I've been working for myself, trying to make a business work and trying to find something that I actually love and want to do as well. You know, doing that stupid stuff where you wake up, you read like entrepreneur books. Oh shit, I've got to wake up at 5 a.m. I've got to read a book every day. I've got to fucking take cold showers. I've got to go to the gym for 2 hours, whatever. Like, trying to change myself a million times just to be this like person that I look up and really want to achieve to be in life. And then like you slowly start to realize these things and you learn through that process of how it actually is and what you actually need to be doing. And you just need to be, it sounds like proper cliche, but you just need to do what the fuck you want to do. And you need to like, you're 110%. And as long as you're happy doing it, like that will show and that will pay off. Like as soon as I started doing NFT videos, that kind of was where it clicked. I was doing e-commerce for like 4 years, and I was like, fuck, this is sick. Like I actually really, really enjoyed doing it. And I'm not getting bored. Like I've got a super addictive personality. Like kind of my head's fucking
me too.
And like, you know, sometimes I'm sat there like, oh, NFTs, or if I'm not really interested, I'll be like, oh, I'm reading a book, or oh wait, I wonder what fucking bird that is singing outside. You know, like all this. So no, I'm like cool NFTs. Like my brain isn't where it's just in between Twitter and Discord, which is fine because that's pretty much my job now. So yeah, like works perfectly with what I'm doing. And you know, fucking so many years prior to this, just like trying to discover like what the process of being successful looks like. And realizing that no one is truly like at this pinnacle point. It's always like something you've got to work towards. So
he blew my mind. He blew my mind yesterday. He was like, just to give some context into like how much he's been grinding for in his 20s. He was like, he has over like 200 Google accounts of different business ideas.
Yeah, just like
you know, just trying everything and anything like, to try and make things work, which I massively respect. I'm like, fuck, I have like 4. I haven't like, you know, I've had a bunch, but you know, I've obviously got other business. I've had loads of business ones, but maybe not 200. But I've probably got like 30. But I'm like, just puts into perspective. Like this is a guy who behind what you don't see, exactly what you said. You don't see the swings that he's taken in the last like 7 years.
That's it. And we've all got them, you know, and some people don't give themselves enough credit for it. I think like people beat themselves up too much in this space as well, especially. And you got to look back and think like you're just starting your journey. Like a lot of these kids are like 17, 18 getting involved in their, you know, beating themselves up about losing to a scam. And it's like, bro, you got a long way ahead of you. Don't worry about that. Move on to the next thing.
Agreed. 100%. Especially the new peeps who don't quite understand how the fucking world works, honestly. But I agree. I agree 100%.
You know, people have never paid rent in their life or a fucking bill. You know? Shit, wait till you got to go food shopping for yourself, my guy. That's
oh my god, dude. Life is fucking expensive. And I think for anyone, if you can get to a point where you're satisfied and you're okay, not satisfied, but you're okay with like where you're at and just always striving for more and just have like your bases covered, like your rent is covered, your food's covered. If you have those things covered, you're doing better than like 99% of people in life. And so it's good like reality check there. But we have a good one of these wrapping up questions here from Jackie. It says, what are our thoughts on imaginary ones?
Rubbish. I think it sucks. Like, you know, I've tried to get spots for the pass, obviously. So
Nice power. Yeah, that's the one.
It's just another one of those ones. It's like super hyped up. People are gonna get wrecked. And I think it's like this next blue chip or whatever, and it's like the art is shoddy. They've got 2 right feet. Not interested. I don't see it.
What do you think, Tom? What do you think?
I mean, that was mine. I had the exact same feeling when it first came out, and then it's been like 1 month since they've done it. Like it's been months since I first covered them. Like it was just December, I think. And but they dropped their new website the other day, and in fairness, I was like, I actually thought it looked okay. I was like, this isn't offensive. It was a pretty decent website, and I was like, I could actually see them. I was like, fuck these. You know, they're clearly gonna. The guys, if you do look behind it, the guys who have behind it have built businesses before, and I was like, fuck, you know what? Maybe these guys could build like a really neat little like Asian market toy brand, something like that. Like it could just morph into that, and that's kind of what I saw for the website. So I was like, it actually checked me, and I was like, oh, well, you know what? Like actually, maybe this won't just be the shit show that I think it will be. But I agree with that. The art is absolute wank, and it's so yeah.
They started off bad, then they got a lot of hype because they started in that walking meta, that 3D meta, and then they started getting loads of followers. So they was like, okay, we better up our game and ultimately make this end product better than what it was planned to be in the first place. But like, I really hope they do well. Obviously, like I've got nothing against the guys, but yeah, like fingers crossed. I've just seen we've all seen it. So many shit projects come out and just like dump on people on reveal and stuff. It's like, cut another one.
I think I'm just being optimistic because fuck it. I think maybe we just need some optimism at this point.
I just reviewed them the other day, and I thought it was better. It was definitely better than Invisible Friends from what I've seen them output. They're like their website's cool.
Sure, yeah.
From the people on the team I looked at, there's only one guy I could find anything on. The rest of it was just says like, or we know how I'm thinking of a different project. Nope, I'm getting Clone X confused with it. Okay, I don't remember what I thought about Imaginary Ones, other than I thought they had a cool website, and I know that the founders watched my video because the next day their guy posted a selfie on Twitter, and all these people started tagging me. They're like, "He watched your video," because in the video I was like, "These motherfuckers need to start posting selfies or something," because they're not posting anything on their personal accounts. And like, the next day,
that's so good.
So I know there's some people watching my videos, bruh. Like that happened with Gary. He bought Cool Man's right when I said it, and I was like, bro, this man's watching me. He's just lying about it. He's not giving me my credit. But with the Imaginary Ones, I mean, it's gonna probably more than likely there's like a 90% chance it's gonna be exactly the same as. I mean, maybe Hate Beasts has run well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's got a good foundation, but it's still probably gonna run up and crash. There's a small chance it pulls an Azuki and pumps after, but like that's a very, 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 very small chance. It's not really worth risking your bag of like you're probably gonna get, I don't know, a 5 to 10 ETH floor. So it's like if it's in that range, for me, I'm taking it and running the other direction. That's what I would do. Same. But yeah, it's tough. People are saying blue chip. I'm like, bro, they haven't done shit. You can't say blue chip unless they've been out in their world, like doing their thing for at least half a year or something.
Yeah, no, I don't even see it getting 10 ETH floor. I reckon it's gonna be like a free out the gates and then dump into like.
Maybe we've seen a lot of projects kind of shit the bed. Like even Mutant Shiba, dude, they had like 200K followers and I'm like, what the fuck? Like we were all like pumped about it, and then it like got to 0.5 floor, and we were both like, hold on, maybe this is like the top.
And then Cade actually sold the top. It was sick.
Yeah,
Cade managed to get out of the top.
Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, no, we're seeing a lot of it, dude. There's a project I got whitelist for the other day randomly, just in a raffle from another project, and it was called 88 Dynasty, some anime looking Chinese dragon thing. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, like, I mean, if this takes, it'll run. If it doesn't take, it's gonna fucking blow, and it blew. And like there's like a bunch of flood happening. I'm just holding it because I'm like, I paid virtually nothing for it, so it's like whatever. I'm just gonna let it sit there. If I wake up one day and it's like pumped up for whatever NFT reason that things happen, then dope. I'll get out of it. But yeah, you can't really trust numbers anymore. There's a lot of projects not doing hot right out the gate.
100%. And like a lot of problems come right on mint. 88 Dynasty was very hype. We was all excited about it in the Zerk pass, and everyone was ready to mint. But then their contract fucked up, and they linked the wrong OpenSea page. And it's like, come on, guys! Like these rookie mistakes is what cost this entire project basically. And it can happen just like that, right? Imaginary Friends could fuck up. They could mess up on an audit or something, and hopefully.
Dude, we've all said imaginary friends, and I said that in the video 3 times.
Oh,
and at the end, I was like, fuck, it's imaginary ones. And I was like, fuck me, dude.
Imaginary friends, or invisible friends, whatever it is,
Yeah, I'm like, dude, fuck you guys. You guys are the ones who copied him.
Exactly. It was like, exactly.
Cool,
they
though.
did it
It's
to
cool.
themselves. They did it to themselves.
We have someone who says, Guten Tag, Zerk pass holder here. Good vibes.
There you go, mate.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Love to see it.
Sweet. All right. Well, I mean, we pretty much hit every single thing on planet Earth about NFTs. If you guys have any last second questions, drop them here in the next 10 seconds. Otherwise, we're gonna peace out of here. Zerk, if you have any last bits of advice for the world, if you're trying to drop world alpha on us, you can. Other than that, like I think we just
let's go. No. Yeah. Mark Alpha. I don't know. Maybe you'll have to get me on for another episode. Then we can.
Yeah. No, I think we definitely could.
Yeah, but I mean, just keep grinding. Try getting a mod position. Those are the big roles. Like, you can land yourself a mod role in this space if you want to really push through and push forward without having a YouTube channel and like a platform to actually create and voice for yourself. Like, get in there. One of my mods now is getting like contacted by Pudgy Penguins. He's getting picked up by all these other like they're offering him like healthy chunk of change, and I'm like, fucking you go, man.
Yeah,
like, go make some money. And just started off as a mod, just grinds it out. But this guy's got a crazy story. This is like completely off topic to NFTs. He was working 4 years. Have you ever heard of a game called Ark?
Yeah.
So he run a full-time business on Ark, like selling digital goods from that game. And he had like all these accounts up. And he used to get calls at like 3 a.m. from his team and being like, we're getting raided. You need to come and save it. Like, was we going to lose all of our stuff? And he'd have to wake up, jump on his computer, like fight these people online. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is what NFTs exist for. You've just transitioned this space, like selling digital goods, and now he's like an NFT guy. And it's like, fuck, this space is going to be huge. Yeah. So
100%, 100%. Yeah. We have fuck me, dude. All right, I gotta just review Pet Hooligan. Every single live, someone brings up Pet Hooligan. I don't know anything about it.
Have you not done that? Have you really?
I haven't.
I'm surprised.
I just keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. I'm gonna get them. There's like 3 projects now that I keep hearing, and I'm like, okay, I'll do them, and I just forget. So I don't know anything about Pet Hooligan. I will review that very soon. I'm gonna try and get that this week then. And then what upcoming projects are we hyped about, expecting to perform right off the gate?
Possessed is looking pretty good. Everyone's getting.
Is that coming out soon?
I don't think
that. No, they said it could be June. They when they're like,
holy shit,
they're not like rushing this.
All right, well, Possessed. And dude, they're hard to get a hold of. I reached out when they were at like 800 followers or something, like super early. Just like trying to chat with them, fucking no response. I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting.
So I'm bullish. I'm bullish on them because they're British. Well, not that they're British, but again, they're like proven builders of startups to get to really large scale. So, and it's like demonstrative in what they've dropped so far. Like their web experiences, everything about it is just like super well thought out. Which is really cool. That's the kind of shit that I'm like, it's such a shame we don't see more of that. And when you see the shite that we get in our DMs, fucking hell.
Oh, good.
Like you're just like, it makes you just want to just headbutt a wall. You're like, oh,
it's really bad, dude.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, dude. If anyone ever hacked into any of the YouTube people's like inboxes and went through the request folder, it's fucking ugly in there, bro. It's fucking ugly. Bottom tier Tinder right there.
Oh my god, yeah.
It is bad. But like PXN is another project I'm fucking crazy bullish on. That team is so stacked. Like that one's going to deliver. They've been building, for so long, and like creating this cool brand that everyone's really excited about, and proven teams with members of that team that have also proven themselves elsewhere in the space. That's what I want to look for, and that's what I want to back.
Hell yeah. Sweet. All right, well, that's what we got coming at you. Sorry we don't have a ton. I don't really specialize in new project. That's just everyone else covers it. I don't gotta cover it. You don't gotta come to me for that. There's plenty of people. You can go to Zerk's page, you can go to Colin's page. He does some of that stuff. But Zerk, what kind of content is like, would you say, do you have like a specific theme, or are you kind of in you got your hands in a bunch of different jars for your channel?
So like mainly it's like up and coming projects. I kind of want to do a little bit more talk on the general NFT space to help onboard new members, but like just trying to be as honest as possible and like basically reliable source of information. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. I'm not taking payments to be like, oh, I love this project, it's the best one, make sure you mint. It's like, this project fucking sucks, or this project's great, get involved. So trying to be honest in the space, which I think you guys fucking now, you're already good with that, but like a lot of people are not so honest, and it's a shame. So just try
100%
to be that reliable source.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of people who's been to a bunch of these Tea Time. We were like on episode 11, I think. But Tom, if you had to say what your channel is, like, give it like a theme, or do you think it's just NFTs? Period.
Breakfast.
For now, it's breakfast. It's breakfast. It's definitely
Breakfast.
definitely not breakfast. For now, it's like it's projects that I'm doing what I like. I'm basically like I'm focusing on stuff that I like, I find interesting, helping people uncover new stuff, because that's ultimately what people are looking for a lot of the time. And then at the moment it's just tough because I feel like there's a load more content I want to make, but it's just having the time to do it. Like you're the same, Cade. Like you're like Superman when it comes to fucking crushing stuff out. So there's no excuse. But like when I'm trying to like balance all of the other stuff, I just physically can't do it. I just can't. So yeah, want to do more educational stuff, but I'll be starting my own podcast series next week on a different channel. So that'll be my like long form interviews with project founders, interesting people, other YouTubers. I obviously will aiming to get you guys on as soon as I can, and doing two of those a week. So like 2 long form podcasts a week, and I'm doing the stuff with Andres as well twice a week. So fucking loads, and this every week. So it's like this. We got tons of shit going on. So just staying busy.
Yeah, hell yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're all doing the NFT stuff. I have a podcast with Andres on Friday. I think in 2 days. I have a podcast with Parallel NFT, some gaming NFT tomorrow. So I'm definitely in there doing just all the NFT content, all the content, just about everything. So yeah, I think if you guys are trying to find NFT YouTubers who aren't just being paid to do everything, you got 3 motherfuckers right here looking at you. We all look kind of the same. One of us has long hair. One of us has a big ass mustache. And one has neither. He's got short hair, no mustache. So whatever fetish y'all got, there's a creator out there for you. So anyways, if this is your first podcast with us, I want to see in the comments in all caps Zerk, because this is his first episode with us. I'm sure.
Lovely.
I'm sure there'll be more. So I want to see Zerk spamming the chats. If it is not your first episode and this is like your 4th or 5th or something like that, I want to see OG in the chat. That way we know. And yeah, fuck. I mean, that's pretty much it. You guys got anything else?
I've had a good time.
All good, brother.
I've really liked this. Yeah. The laid backness, just chatting, chilling, spitting the truth. We're talking facts, and it's fun. Get me on again, mate. I want to be here, mate. Yeah. Where is it?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Have you had your breakfast today, mate?
Have you had your breakfast? So here's fun. So Liam's partner is Australian. So apparently she was like, she thought I might be Australian. And
she was like,
oh shit.
She was like, who's this weird Australian guy who puts on an English accent? I was like, I don't know. No.
My fucking God. That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to peace out. Make sure you like the video. If you haven't clicked the like button, do that. It's a sin. It's a cardinal sin if you don't like the video. It's actually illegal in some countries. So make sure you click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. All their stuff's in the description below. We appreciate you guys being here. Until next time, continue on your Joyage. Continue to learn. And we're grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye.
See you, boys.